Let me find out they travel hundreds of millions of light years just to bathe in our oceans and our lakes. Give me fourth kind vibes. And he's showing off riding a crocodile. Who he got into his owner's pack.
Oh my God!
He opened the door up like, ooh, coming into the house without knocking.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
So I'm currently sat here with the spirit birds of the Wetoi tribe in the highlands of Papua
They're chilling like gang, 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 gang.
New Guinea. These guys sit here by the waterfall, the sacred waterfall, and protect it from outsiders, from bad deeds.
Hey, it remind me of one of these videos.
Vacation, nigga. That's a fact.
And they are pretty scary. You will not harm me. No? Hopefully not.
So just imagine you face a tea with ratatouille marinating in it. This has to be on a whole different level of diabolicalism.
Ain't nothing wrong there. It's for the flavor. That's for the flavor.
How did Lil Squeak even fit inside of the can to begin with? And it's like we can't go to the grocery store, we can't trust fast food, because the shit like this keep happening. Because at that point, you either have to sue them or call up your YNs and go bump down on the headquarters. And you could tell by the tea that the rat enhanced the flavor. Went from a sweet tea to a Master Shifu tea. Yeah, like the Ninja Turtles' daddy. And I just know that she knew that it tasted extra squeaky. And what makes this worse is this ain't the first time Lil Ratatouille has been found inside of a can. They even popping up in people energy drink. You think you quench your thirst, instead you gulp a bunch of rat sweat? To me, that's a reasonable crash out. But I'm curious.
My thing is, it sucks that you gotta drink all of it before you realize something inside your can. Like, you see a lot of stories and videos about this. It make you wonder how many sodas and energy drinks or teas that you drank and probably had something in there that you didn't even notice. Just gulped it down and threw it away.
Y'all let me know what y'all would have did if y'all found the little squeaker.
Have you guys been hearing about the different type of animals that are being found in the most peculiar places? Here's one over here. This black bear was found in Destin, Florida, swimming in the beach all by itself. No parents, no mom and dad, just by itself. It was a little baby cub.
I don't know. I stayed in Panama City and black bears is real common around there, so I see nothing unusual with that.
What's going on in Destin, Florida? Here's the most craziest one. Have y'all seen the polar bear that ended up in Texas? What is...
Now, a polar bear in Texas, now that's very unusual right there. Leave your comments and your thoughts about this. You think it was somebody's pet? Because they can't survive in warm climates, can they? Or did he migrate up here because he ain't had no food?
The polar bear doing in Texas? And do you see how huge this thing is? He was so shaken up he couldn't even get the camera right to videotape it. But a polar bear in Texas? What is happening here, y'all? What is going on? And do you see how huge that thing is?
Yeah, he is
it
big.
Towers over the car and it's not even standing. And here's one of the most peculiar ones, y'all. There was a penguin found in Australia.
That's just Skipper trying to find his way back to Madagascar.
Coming from Antarctica. That's over 2,000 miles of travel, y'all. How did this penguin make it there by itself? Emperor penguins are one of my favorite animals. They're always sleek and styling, you know, they got a tux on, so they stay fresh. But 2,000 miles to Australia?
This is supposedly a real life picture of a 50-foot long snake. Check this out, y'all. It's a tree, a mound, and then 2 trees side by side. That thing is massive, y'all.
If that's real, that's ridiculous.
Stay weird.
Do you see this right here, spotted flying through the sky? Do I really gotta highlight it for you? Yeah, there it is in the
It looked like a bug.
circle. Do you see it? Do you see it now? Well, that was spotted and recorded over South Carolina towards the end of the summer. But why should we care what was seen at the end of the summer? We've had a lot of stuff going on since then. Maybe because this thing looks just like something that was spotted over Europe in December. Yeah, South Carolina in the summer and Europe in December. Here's our South Carolina UFO, unidentified flying object. Or maybe UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena. Now remember what that looks like. Because here are 2 more, except they were over Europe just in December. Yeah, just like in the last couple of weeks. So these things, seen in the sky, no matter what they are, 1 in South Carolina, USA in summer. The other 2 over Europe in December. Do you think it's possible, just possible, that this and these are connected somehow? Or maybe they just coincidentally look alike? Let me know your opinion, Booshkies, in the comment section. Shabadoo!
I don't know. My thought, I feel like, I don't know, this is just my opinion. It's like once one company seen one releasing one, they're like, oh, you can outdo us? So now it's like a pissing contest. So they showing who got the better drones. All flavoring, man. People be tripping.
You guys, I just cut open my strawberries. I was going to like eat them, but look right here. I don't know if you can see it. Kind of looks like a spider. And as I cut it open, it moved. Oh my God, you guys, that is disgusting.
Hey, but one thing you can't count on, if you eat fruit, you done ate hundreds, thousands of bugs. Like, that's only going to be normal, especially if they're growing in the wilderness or outside. And then a lot of people don't even wash their fruit off. But it ain't really what's on the outside, because some of those insects can burrow their way inside. So don't even trip, man. It's all part of the flavor.
Oh my God. I'm done eating strawberries. That is so gross. Oh my God.
Oh my God, what the fuck?
Now, I'm in the Bay, and I would have heard about that. All cap. CGI.
What is happening? What is that? What is that?
Japan has the world's most advanced elderly care homes. I think it is very accurate to describe these as futuristic care homes where robots do a large majority of the work. Or if not robots, a wide variety of assisted devices that help the staff to lift people more easily or help people lift themselves up more easily. And this article just has an outrageous amount of new technology for elderly care. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. This one is very cool. This woman with dementia is walking while wearing a Honda assisted exoskeleton.
I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of us gonna need these nursing homes when we get older, because our kids ain't gonna take care of us when we get old and gray. So y'all might well hang that up. So go ahead and come with these AI powered nursing homes to make people welcome, because the way y'all treat y'all kids out here and the way I see these kids, nah, you can hang that up, buddy. You going straight to the nursing home.
She is literally wearing an advanced warfare style exoskeleton and exclaims, "My legs feel lighter," because the device assists her in lifting her legs and moving her body around. So she's now more mobile than she used to be. The robot we saw in the beginning of the video is Pepper, and Pepper is used to lead an activity session for around 30 attendees in this picture. She's cheerful, she has a screen, she can interact and sing and dance and do things, and they talk about in the future allowing allowing these to be run by AI so that the elderly people can request all sorts of things, and the robot will just do it to entertain them. And here's a fun device as well. It looks like an advanced walker, but what it actually is an advanced sensory device that sort of measures the movements of the user, their walk, their gait, how much pressure they put on it, and it's used to calibrate the level of care that they need, the type of assistive device they will eventually need, their exoskeleton, whatever else is going on. It just absorbs an outrageous amount of data, and then they even developed another exoskeleton to test out in nursing homes, different from the first one, that's not designed for walking, but instead for lifting large loads.
How many of y'all rather go to this nursing home than to stay with y'all kids? Be honest.
If you shifted into a higher timeline, how are you still able to see the bad on the internet? The internet functions as a digital extension of the collective human consciousness. It connects billions of people worldwide, almost creating a hive mind, where different thoughts and realities can coexist in that one sphere. Now, if you think about it, the internet is like the ether, so you're tapping into things that you cannot feel or see or hear or taste. So that ethers is where our collective thoughts go. Even if you've shifted into a better timeline, the internet allows you to interact and observe, very important word, observe, with the fragments of other people's timelines.
I feel like the internet was put out as like an experiment. Like they didn't know what was going to come of it. So they just put it out here and all this stuff happening. Like it's weird how it works. There's so much stuff they can do now. They can quantum teleport information.
This is because we live in a shared multi-dimensional space. Your immediate reality may not be the same as somebody else's immediate reality. So if you've shifted into a more abundant timeline, you might still encounter, a lot of chaotic, panic, fear-driven news or types of debates online. However, because you've shifted, you're now like observing them from a faraway distance. You're not plugged into the same matrix as they are anymore. You are like a visitor rather than a player in the game. You are no longer participating in what kind of other matrix they have wrapped themselves into. So the internet is almost like a conduit. The internet bridges these experiences without fully pulling you into their energy. So if what scientists are saying is real, like we live in a multi-dimensional, parallel universe type of holographic space, the best way for you to maintain on your good timeline is to maintain your focus, your reality, and do not let any external information or chaos to disrupt your alignment with your better timeline. I think a lot of us are getting energy upgrades, and the new earth is splitting, and there will be a time in which, like all the spiritual people have been saying for years, and I totally believe this, because we have healed that aspect of the timeline that we were supposed to, like, contracted to heal. For example, pulling people out of the matrix. Once we've accomplished that mission, that layer, almost like an onion, gets peeled off, and there is a new earth that is going to form. Of course, there are going to be people who don't make it onto the new earth, and they're still stuck in their paradigm. But you should just observe them from where you are. It doesn't mean you have to be immersed in their reality.
I mean, y'all feel like y'all getting y'all upgrades? Leave a comment below.
Okay, anyone probably over 30 or over 27, do you remember drinking water when you were in high school? Or like ever drinking water unless you're in sports? And now everyone is drinking water?
I don't know about y'all, but I used to stay drinking water in high school, especially those water fountains in the hallway.
Probably even you, like all the time. I actually have a metaphysical explanation, a spiritual explanation for why this is happening. And it has to do with our consciousness expanding. Okay, so this is Barbara Brennan. She was a world-renowned healer, but she also was a NASA physicist, which you cannot easily Google, which is suspicious already. She studied atmospheric physics, worked at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, and all of this, okay. So she literally wrote a book on the human energy field, what you can call a biofield or an aura. It's kind of like an apple-shaped torus that's around all of us, made of plasma. Yes, the fourth state of matter, plasma. And she described us having this energetic body with different kind of levels. It kind of looks like we're in a cell. So here's where the water comes in. So I think we're going through a process called hypotonic osmosis. It is the process of water moving across a semi-permeable membrane. Think of your aura and the membrane, a conscious membrane around it, from a solution with a lower solute concentration. That is us, because we have been lower vibrational beings, living from fear our whole lives, to a solution with a higher solute, kind of like our consciousness expanding, so our senses are growing. People are having more of a sixth sense and intuition. The kids with autism on the telepathy tapes can communicate telepathically. I'm going to do a video on that. People are starting to actually have visions. It's called upsight vision, where they see things in front of them and they're not hallucinating. They're picking up on other wavelengths. Clairaudience, clairsentience, you get it. We're expanding. Our consciousness is expanding. And we need more water, and I'll tell you why. And just so you see here.
Because when you're under medications that you're unaware of, you got to stay hydrated to keep flushing it out. Like, they wasn't promoting water like 10, 15 years ago. The next thing you know, everybody drinking bottled waters and stuff. Like, it really came out of nowhere. I remember when people used to drink water out the water hose, a cold glass of water from the tap. But then all these bottles start popping up, and now everybody water crazy.
This is the hypotonic osmosis, where the water's going in, us drinking water. Okay.
A black hole the size of a golf ball would be catastrophic for Earth. We're talking the end of the entire planet catastrophic. But not in the way that you think. First, let's get this out of the way. A black hole the size of a golf ball would have about 2.4 times the mass of the Earth. So when this black hole appears, it will become the dominant gravitational body in its vicinity. Now, for the sake of argument, let's place the Earth in the center of the black hole. If we hadn't, Earth would just fall toward it until, from Earth's perspective, the black hole was oscillating back and forth through the opposite ends of the Earth. But eventually, it would come to rest in the center. What happened?
Do we really know what happened if a black hole got close to us, or is it just all speculations and theories?
What happens next is a bit tricky to say because there's a lot of moving parts, but I'll do my best to summarize the main features. Immediately, some iron from the Earth's core would fall into the black hole. As this iron is falling in, it will occupy smaller and smaller volumes than it previously occupied. The iron heats up as it's compressed, so much so that it emits high-energy X-rays, heating up the rest of the core above it. The process of accretion heating just described is not a gentle process. The huge gravitational acceleration leads to an enormous amount of energy liberated, vaporizing much of the rest of the Earth and sending it on a journey to interstellar space. If we approximate the energy released by the Eddington limit, the black hole releases on the order of 10 to the 25 joules per second. That's about 100 million Tsar bombas detonating every second, distributed all over the Earth. I suspect that all life on Earth will vanish within about a second at most. Within a short time period, the Earth is less a planet and more an expanding cloud of gas surrounding a black hole. But not all of the Earth's matter will be blown away. Some of it will remain trapped in the gravitational field of the black hole. At this point, it will take a while for the matter to finish falling in. Even though the Earth rotates slowly, it was quite large in size and hence has a huge angular momentum. And an interesting fact of black holes is that they have a maximum angular momentum. If it's maxed out, nothing can fall in anymore as it's spinning too fast. And if the black hole at the center of the Earth took on all of that angular momentum, it would be far beyond the maximum. So instead, friction and other forces will cause this superheated orbiting debris to very quickly form an accretion disk around the black hole, rotating in the same direction that the Earth used to be. That matter will slowly lose energy and angular momentum by various radiative and frictional means, and then eventually fall into the black hole. Almost all of the angular momentum will have to be lost to the environment, meaning much of the energy will as well. Working out the details of the time periods involved are complicated, but a first-order calculation yields that the accretion disk will last hundreds of millions of years before it's fully consumed. But it won't have been Earth for a very long time.